All right. Shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah. Coming this evening with a message. And this message is not going to be a long, drawn out message. But then you really don't know. It depends on how far I am really willing to take this message. And just time to talk. Okay. I was going to title it Questions, but I realize that in this day and time, it's not many questions you can ask people. Uh, Not me. Somebody else, they can, but not me. That's going to get an answer. You know, um, a lot of people don't understand that. What? Let me see. First Peter. What was it? First Peter. Uh, it spoke of always be ready to have an answer to the question of your hope. Mhm. I want to let you know that's not just for hope, that's for everything. When it come down to the Most High Yah, you should be ready to have an answer to every question one may ask. I'm serious. When it come down to the hope and the things that surround spiritual righteousness, just, upright, belief, faith, fear, Yah, Yeshua, Hamashiach. We are given something that's so great to at every question, we should have an answer. A lot of you all might say, well, no, Sister Deb, don't everybody know it all. Oh, but baby, let me tell you something. When I'm going to kick all that to the curve. And I'm going to tell you why I said that. Throughout my living, I have found myself never not able to have an answer to every question someone puts before me. Mm-hmm. I always have an answer. Now, is this saying you have to have the answer that they're looking for? Most of the time I do, 99.9. But it ain't about whether you able to give them the answer in which they are looking for. You give them the answer that is in you. The reason when I went into that and I saw in Peter where he says, be ready to give an answer to the question of hope that rests within you. And I'm going to say again, that's not just that. It's in everything that has to do with spirit and truth, the light, righteous, belief, faith, fear, hope, the Ruach HaKodesh, Yeshua, Hamashiach. Always have or know that the answer is not you. And the reason why you should have an answer, because greater is he that has all understanding that is resting within thee, that has the answer to every question. You see? That's why I have been in situation in my living where someone would ask me a question, y'all. Total stranger just coming up out of nowhere. And I can feel the difference. Father, y'all. I can feel the difference. Because the flesh is out of balance or out of or fear. But the answer still comes out to the question in which was put before you. You know why that is? Because y'all want us to be ready. that have the answer for the question that rests within us. Someone comes up and asks us a question, greater is he that's in us than he that's in the world. Come on, pull it up. The answer. The answer is not the answer that fits the way they want you to answer. No, 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 no. See, you got to get this right now. He that holds all understanding, if he is in you, you give him that answer, not your answer, but the answer that in he that is in you, you give that answer. That's why he said, be ready to have the answer to the question of your hope. But it's not just your hope that rests within you. He lets you know that hope that rests within you. It's everything that someone would ask you. You should have an answer to every question someone asks. And I'm speaking of that which is greater in you. He is all understanding. He has the answer to it all. But when you see him like that, he gonna pull up like that. You see, when Sister Deborah talking about feeling that thing, when you see y'all like that, he's gonna pull up to every question that come unto thee. He's gonna pull up with the answer to give you to speak to the one that asked the question. He's done it all my living. I'm not a dead prophet. I'm a living, walking one that serves the Most High Yah. And I can sit here and stand firm on having the answer to the question. Do I go running to where, yeah, I got the answer. It said here in this, it said here in it, it said here, did. Don't forget, greater is what's in me than anything that's saying anything on the outside. Be quick. And when it says quick, not fast, but don't hesitate. That's when you know that something's greater in you than anything on the outside of you that's asking the question. What gives you that hope? That's letting that light shine, that letting that one that's greater in you be greater on the inside of you as well as on the outside. Even in things I might not have known, there's a still fear in that flesh when someone asks me something that makes me wonder if they're going to ask me something I don't know. And when they ask it, let me tell you something quickly, not in a speedy, not speedy. When I say quick, not fast or speed, with speed, but with slowness and at the point. I don't cut around the table and go this way, go that way, shoot straight into the question in which has been asked. Because the question is really not geared to you. When you have the Ruach, it's geared to the Ruach in you. And the Ruach will flip it to your spirit, to your flesh, to answer the flesh that's there, asking you the question, whether it's a serpent seed or a spiritual seed. Greater is he for sure in you than he that's on the outside of you. But you got to know him like that. Not think him, not the feelings and the emotions of your flesh regarding him. You got to know him like that. You have to have that knowledge of him like that. That belief of him like that. That he all that power like that. He all that righteousness like that. You got to know him like that. Sister Deborah is coming just to talk, and I'm not going to be here this evening very long, but I got some things that's going on here. And I just want to talk about, why would people change if they could understand that Yeshua is Black and the true Jews or Negroes or Hebrew Israelites in America that were brought here as slaves? Now, this is the question. Why would people change if they could understand that Yeshua was black? That's one thing. And that the black people here in the United States and on the four corners that are Negroes, Hebrew Israelites, come down through the Atlantic slave trade, even here in America, to know that they are the true Jews. When I heard someone say that, let me explain something to y'all, because I need to cut into this. I need to slice this bad boy up. I am so sick of hearing so many YouTubers, especially, how would I say, so-called Hebrew Israelite, always talking this trash about why and how people would feel if they knew that Yeshua was black and that the true Jews were black. How people would change, or will they change? That's what they be making videos. Or will they change? Or how they would change. They wouldn't want to change. You know what? I'm going to go and lay into that. There are several videos, and not just right now posted, but it has been, say, in the last couple of years, where people are really feeling something regarding Yeshua being melanated. Why is it that a people that is so, to me, I now this don't have anything to do with you all, but I'm gonna tell you, I already know they are sick people. I know that there are some sick people because you feel that there's so much invested on this earth. The most important thing is to know Yeshua was brown skin, melanated. To know that the true Jews are also melanated. That's a very sick people. That is a very sick people. Hello in the live chat. It's good to see you. That is a sick people. Let me tell you why. And this is sad. This is so sad. We took out 400 years. And here we are at the end and past the 400 years, and only focus you hear on YouTube and on these platforms is how this country is going to suffer, not knowing that Yeshua was melanated or black. Same thing with the true Jews being black. I think of the Father giving us this length of time to be in a situation, not because he took his hand totally off of us. No, he didn't. Y'all did not take his hand totally off of us, y'all. So I want to get that straight right here and now. He always had that right hand somewhat on us as a people. But it hurts me, and it really does. I'm going to go and tell it. It hurts me to see in this day and time the sickness of the mindset of a people who believe there's so much importance in knowing that Yeshua was melanated. Knowing that the true Jews are melanated. That's the least of what a people should be caught up in. Because the truth be told, all the power hitters on Satan's side, they already know what your tail is. They know who you are. But this is the problem that hurts me. let's say they're talking about this, y'all. I know a lot of y'all don't pay any attention to this. White people is going to change when they find out that Yeshua was black or melanated. Or they gonna really change when they gonna really change when they find out we are the true Jews as melanated people. Now, let me tell you what's sick about that. What does it say regarding Yeshua? Yeshua came unto his own, and his own received him not. Who is his own? Would you happen to know who is his own? Yeshua came into his own, and his own received him not. Do y'all know who his own was? The same one today feel that they must stricken and pour pressure on the fact that the Messiah was melanated. And the world is in trouble, and they're going to have the whole world going to have to change because Yeshua is melanated, black, as they say. How sick is that? When he came into his own, and his own did what? Receive him not. How dare could a sick people? Make all these videos in such a critical time. I sit back and say, Father, but you said this time we're in is such a critical. I say they don't care about your tribulation. Father, they don't care about your perilous time. Father, they don't care about your earthquake. They don't care about your pestilence. They don't care about famine. They don't care about your wrath. They don't care about lawlessness. They don't care about your judgment. They don't care about nothing but that the fact that the world is in trouble when they find out Yeshua was melanated, a melanated black or a black man. When they find out that the true Jews are melanated or black. Do you see? If you do not, that's sick, y'all. That's very sick. That's a sick mind, because it's like saying, okay, he gave us 6 years, and we're going to fight for the fact that we are the true this. Not the fact that we have wronged the Most High Yah, or we want to take this end day to get it right. We want to take this end day to show them that Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob's Yah is our Yah, and we're going to worship him. We're going to exalt him. We're going to magnify him, and we're going to glorify him. Nope. They ain't talking about that. They want the world to recognize a nationality. And then the Father said to me something when I was seeing this here. He said something very powerful to me, but he said it so quiet. He said it so quiet. And you know what he said to me, y'all? The Father said, Deborah, still in it all, they still leave me out. All this talking about how the world is in trouble. People don't understand when they say United States, it's falling and they in trouble, baby. You in trouble too. What is it you don't get? If Sister Deborah is telling you all, I have to long suffering endure, what is that saying to you? Do you mean I just have to endure and long suffering and you stand out here and clown? That's the sickness that's in their minds. But when Yah spoke to me, he said, in it all, Deborah, while they're thinking that everything is everything is about melanated black people, guess what, Deborah? It's showing you, Deborah, they still leaves me out. And it is so 100. They ain't trying to say that. And I'm going to show you something else he said. He said, Yeshua. Yeshua came into his own. Who received him not? But first you got to understand who his own is. 99.99 don't know who his own is. When Yeshua came, he came into his own nationality. Judah. The tribe of Judah. They denied him. The tribe of Judah. But yet stand today and try to judge the whole world based on his nationality when they denied him being who they are. That don't even make no sense. Going back to sickness in the mind of them. They got a heavy sickness going on in their mind because they're thinking and they're feeling that it's about the way they want to category things. They're not out here teaching their melanated nation. They're not teaching their black nation. We should be doing this, doing this. We should represent Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob's Yah. If we say that we are true Jews and we are the melanated and we are black, what are we doing as true Jews? When we tell you what we're doing just like the Jews over there in Israel. We're doing identical as a race of people. We are matching them. They sick and we sick too. Hello. So what is that saying? When that quiet voice said, in it all, Deborah, while they're battling the fact that it's all about their race. This is where the sickness rests. And he said, Deborah, it didn't rest here when you came on the scene. This is what I've seen from heaven since the beginning. This is what drew me to want to ask questions. When I keep seeing these videos and these Negro men and women, stupid as stupid can be, out here making a big issue about what nationality, not even understanding Yeshua came in the flesh, but he was coming from heaven in the spirit. So it's not what a man is in the flesh, it's who he is in his spirit. Why ain't you talking about that? Why ain't nobody teaching and preaching that? Why ain't nobody covering that? Because they are not who people think they are. And yes, they're not supposed to be. Not in this day and time. Darkness is that thick. Darkness is that thick. His own people, his own Hebrew Israelite didn't want to receive him. You see what I'm saying? But when it says he came into his own, that own is not, it's not just saying, like the Hebrew Israelites. It's saying his own nation, which is Judah, his own people. Who crucified him? The Hebrew Israelites. All parts to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob's 12 tribes. Jacob's 12 tribes. But when it says he came into his own received him not. It wants you to know Judah didn't even receive him like they are today, refusing to receive each other, working with each other, laboring with each other, helping each other, influencing each other, showing each other who we are as a people if we want to add Abraham. They ain't adding Abraham. They ain't adding Isaac. They ain't adding Jacob. Why? Because those are spiritual seeds. They want to just add we the people. You see? That's it. Y'all want us to understand. Yeshua came down as an angel, which is a spirit. You came down as an angel, which is a spirit. But you came into your nationality in which Yah had assigned you. So which one goes back to the kingdom? Do the black Negro, melanated man, go back to the kingdom? No, he's flesh. Flesh can't enter into the kingdom. Nationality, let me say this here. Nationality only falls under flesh. Understand that. I know they got y'all bent believing this mess. You got people right now today thinking cats and dogs is going to be up in the kingdom. You see? It's just, as time go on, they get sicker and sicker and thicker in their sickness. Now just imagine. How is it that we're in 2025 and yet don't understand that flesh don't enter into the heaven? If flesh don't enter into the heaven, where do we go? And if it goes back to the dirt, the same way every nationality does, they go back to the what? The dirt. So what you think sitting on the seat next to the Father is a spirit that has no nationality. It has no color. It has no nationality. Why? Yeshua was an angel that was chosen to come down to be little lower than the other angels because he was sealed with Christ for the mission. You cannot make in this midnight hour everything about melanated, black. You have to be able to separate what you're trying to serve in the flesh from what is in the spirit. In the quiet voice of Yah said, but Deborah, they still leave me out. How dare you want the world to be punished on your behalf? And you never obeyed Yah. You never received Yeshua when he came unto his own. I don't, to me, that is some sick stuff. Because the mindset of people is just that sick. And you got these men on here, and they've been teaching for a long time. And guess what, y'all? They still teach the same trash. So it makes me wonder, well, Father, wait a minute. Hold up, Father. Yah, hold up. Can I ask you a question? You mean they ain't changed in understanding truth? There's no truth in this. No, they ain't. It's not. They would rather teach their own lie than to bring light out of the darkness of their lives. They're not going to let up because in them they believe in their own eyes. Watch this. Proverbs 16, chapter 16, verse 2. In a man's eyes is clean in his own eyes. That's his flesh. Why is Yah saying, and Deborah, I measure the spirit. Why? Because he wants us to understand the eyes of the flesh can't compare to the spirit. Then Yah gonna judge of you. So why is it that the battle on this earth has to rest so deeply in a people who should be tired of being tired? They should be so tired of being tired. But they're not. 400 past something and some years, and they still haven't felt any effect of righteousness. For his name's sake. It's all based on their name's sake, not his name's sake. Their name's sake do they make these lies to their brother man. To me, when he tell them you're not supposed to, he said, don't do this to your brother, to this, don't do it, don't do it. Do you know they do the opposite? The worstest kill to me in Judah is killing truth that gives light. You done killed every last one of these men and women in the Hebrew Israelite movement. You done killed truth that could rest in them. All because you think you awaken to some type of truth. And you've been teaching these people's lies. And the Father say, even in that lie, Deborah, they left me out. And what is y'all saying? What is y'all saying to his prophet? He said, Deborah, just look at that. Because I was saying to the Father, how could they still be just teaching that? All the stuff that we can be teaching regarding my Father, we choose to teach that it's about we, the people, that Yeshua was black. Not that we so in love with Yeshua, not that we care about Yeshua, not that we thank Yah for sending him for our sin and for the grace and mercy and to redeem us back with his Christ. None of that. They're not talking about none of that. People, these people ain't talking about none of that. All they talking about is a nationality. And somebody is bothering them. How could someone be doing so much to you and you see it, but you cannot see what you're doing to yourself and your own nation? But yet you make all these videos telling people, wanting your people to understand that everybody's in trouble because you are melanated and you black and Yeshua is black. Everybody in trouble because we the true Jews, not understanding the truth of the matter. You the true fools that are Jews. You see, it never dawned on them that what have we done to stand here and make it about us being the true Jews and they the fake Jews? You're matching one another in all your action. They serving another Yah, they serving another Yah, and you serving your God. It ain't the Yah of the kingdom. Oh no, you want everybody to think you got it. You awaken to where you serving the right one. You are not serving the right one because that's my purpose. It's to climb on top of Judah. That's why I'm here to tell you, no, you're not. You're not serving the righteous Yeshua HaMashiach. You don't know who Yeshua is and you don't know who HaMashiach is. So you can't be serving the right one, especially in such a midnight hour. It's supposed to be the time of time, the worstest time, and to come. And you sitting here making it about a black, melanated Yeshua or black, melanated Jews. Where is Yah in this? Nobody won't say nothing. No one will say anything to them or challenge them on their mouth. Where is Yah in this? Okay, you want to say that Yeshua was melanated and he was black. Yes, he was. You want to say that the true Jews are melanated and black. Yes, they are and was. But what is that saying for you for eternal? What is that saying to you for as our Father? What does that mean for you in what you're doing in this day and time? They're not trying to correct nothing. They're not trying to exalt, praise, magnify, glorify, exalt the Father. That's why he said, but Deborah, in it all, you never heard him say anything about me. So how can we be so embedded on the Son because you feel he was black? How can we be so embedded on who we are because we are black, but not be embedded in the one that created us? How could that be? This is where you know the sickness is deeper than fog itself. I'm telling you, it's just that deep. So he said to me, they leave me out. And I'm like, exactly. Because I've seen them, y'all. I've seen them. And I'm trying to figure out, man, how could you teach an hour, 2 hours, and leave y'all out of it all? How? Because they don't know who Yeshua is. And they don't know who Hamashiach is. They don't know who the Ruach HaKodesh is. They don't know nothing about the Father. Because even if they had to know about the Father, you know what they say about him? Oh, he's melanated too. He's black. You see? Not understanding. Black, white, Oriental, green, yellow, any other race of people on the earth goes back to the earth. They are spirits in the eyes of the Most High God. When we lose that, it's because we never had it. That's called spirit and truth. You can't miss what you never had, but you'll never get it right because you never had it right. They don't understand that there's two parts to them. And y'all is not overwhelmed with your Negro black skin, melanated flesh. He's only got your spirit signed in and signed out. Signed in and signed out. The day you come in and the day you go out is written. He don't got you written. Oh, this is the tribe of Judah. This is the melanated black people. You just as sick can be. And then just leave himself all out. It's all about who they are. Why is it we continue to listen to these doorknobs? Because that's exactly what it is. You know how doorknob don't move, just sit there until somebody turn it. And all it does is turn to open and close. You know, that's it. It don't go no further than that turn to open that door. That's what I see them as. And it bothers me because I'm looking at these people and I'm realizing they are not even trying to get anything right. And you even that look, what's her name, Deborah? She just is worse and worse. But it also, you got to also understand, they take this devil platform as their platform, and when they do that, they make it their platform to the point where they can deceive, lie, and use deception, and it's all well. And that's what they're doing. They're not bringing people into this platform and speaking spirit and truth. They're not bringing the light to the people on their platforms. They're not doing that. They're not going to, because that's not what they are about. Because they're more so geared to, okay, when it all said and done, I can put out all these videos and I'm going to get a lot of people to listen. Yes, you is going to get the world to listen. That's the only one going to listen to you. Because anybody that's in the true spirit and truth with the light, they shouldn't even be over on your page. Because you ain't giving nothing for their spirit. You're giving them everything they need to hear for their flesh and them itchy ears, but you ain't feeding them nothing for their spirit. And in this day and time, going back to what we just said, it's just like the Hebrew Israelites. They're saying melanated, black, we the people, we the this, Yeshua is black, he's melanated, and they gonna be in trouble. They don't understand, he's this race, he's this. What is there to understand? Okay, let's say this. You understand who he is. What are you doing that's different? What are you doing that represent the Father like he did? How are you walking? How are you speaking spirit and truth? Where is your light that's supposed to shine and stand and light the world? Where is that at? They ain't talking about that. They not talking about we the people, we the light of the world. You know why? You want me to tell you why? Because the light of the world is their spirit. Will y'all abide? You see, they just letting you know we the black people, and we the king and leader and ruler. We the one that's on this earth. We is the one. Okay, but where is your light? You're supposed to be the light to the world. Instead, you the fool that the world sees, that does everything the world does and some. It's a sad thing to see them continue to take such an end day time, smear it up and smear it down to make, they think they making Yah look bad. Because y'all might think they making Yah look good. No, baby, they trying to make Yah look bad with Satan. I heard the other day a couple of people talking about how, and it was like 6 or 7, how we built this country. Baby, this is the devil's residence. So you sure did build it. You helped in building it. You sure did. You built his empire just like he liked it. That's why you can't speak no spirit and truth. That's why you can't shine no light. You can't give food for the spirit. It's because of that same reason. And I think that's a horrible thing. Let me go to my next one. And also, let me add this here. He says that also, this is what Judah does and done. So this is not something new, Deborah. They've been doing it since the beginning of time. It's better for them to prove their flesh than to know their Father in the spirit. It is better for them to prove who they are in the flesh than to identify who you are in the spirit, because you can't find your place in the spirit. You can only find your place in the flesh. And you know how Yah feel about the flesh. Do he give the flesh grace and mercy? Yes, but that's all he's getting. Because that flesh ain't going to enter into the kingdom. And it said the greatest error among Judah today is a sickness that it's better for them to prove to this world of their race, their skin tone, their nationality, than the father of their fathers. Woo! They would rather prove everything else, said the Most High Yah, than to prove the father, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to prove the father of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You don't hear them talk about it because they're too in tune with trying to prove their flesh. Why can't we focus on us as a people versus focusing on just what Yah is doing to others? Why is it we as a people can't focus on us as a people versus focusing on just what Yah is going to do to other people? That's that sickness again. That's the deepness of the sickness. And that's why they can't move from left to right. That's why they can't move up and down. That's why they can't go no further than what they have fantasized and keep feeding. Even the Muslims, same thing. Farrakhan, he can get up there and make all the money in the world. These Muslims can get up there and be clean cut. They cannot be out here doing a crime. They cannot be out here doing killing. They don't have to do none of that. But guess what they standing back doing? Serving another Yah. That's not Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob's Yah. And you think Yah coming for them. Come on now, y'all. Y'all got to be. See how sick people are? They want to serve and worship Muhammad. They want to serve Islam. They want to serve everything outside of the father of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the creator himself. But yet he's come to get them. You see? You would think we would be tired of being tired. But they feel that they have moved to different levels where things are still going as good as they want it to be. And that's what makes people stand in this lane where That's for them, but not for me. That's for them, and that's not for me. Because Farrakhan, he's in for a rude awakening when he stand before that throne. If he get a chance to, which I don't think he will. I'm gonna be honest with you. Because a lot of people think you standing before the throne. No, you ain't. Yeshua already gonna separate your bad tail from where already you are written. You ain't going up to the throne trying to justify, clarify, and identify to the creator who you are, as if he don't know. I know they want y'all to think that too, don't you? Go on, think that if you want. No, they down here trying to prove who they are on the earth. And by them proving who they are on the earth, they reject he that created them and placed them here on the earth. Full denial. So if you want to prove who you are, you want to prove your race, you want to prove your who Yeshua was as a race or as a nationality, when you finish proving color, it's only for the flesh. What are you doing for the spirit? What are you teaching the people regarding their spirit? Farrakhan is a religion that is caught up in everything outside of who Yah is. Everything. They got their own idol Yah. And the Roman Catholics with the Jesuits started them too. That's just how sick they are. They don't even understand. That's who started them too. And Farrakhan, I don't know if y'all remember it. I remember it. I remember when he was dying. I don't know if y'all do it. He had a real bad sickness, y'all. He was dying. And his thing was he called on, not Muhammad, the God of creation. And he gave that little testimony and he said, if you would let me live, I will serve you. And you turned around and you added him as a God, but you put your God above him. This is the sickness of our people. No matter which corner they come out of fighting, they fighting a losing battle. Because they can't understand the fight was never yours from the beginning. And everybody want to make it their battle. And they fight. So this is what happens when people get sick. They running and hooping and hollering. And they still don't get no deliverance. This is why the power that bees, that Yeshua works and miracles and signs and wonders cannot be manifested among Judah. You see? He told them these things and greater shall thou do. I must go to the Father, but you is going to have the same power to do the things that I did. Where have it happened? Judah can't be found. They want no part of anything that really represent the Father. Why? I tell you what the Father told me. They left him out. Judah has left Yah out of everything. And you all have no idea why. And I'm going to tell you why. It did not start, the Father said, today. They always want a different God than him. Why? He's a non-tolerant, nonsense, righteous, just, upright, all power, all wisdom, all everything in him. They don't want that one. They don't want no part of that one. They want to make up their own God. All you have to do is think when they came out of Egypt, went up there, what did they tell Moses? Moses telling them about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob's Yah. Nah, we don't want him. We're going to make our own all the time. That's why they got left in the wilderness. So if you think that the people are not going to get left here in the United States or in the wilderness, you in for a big surprise. They're going to be left. They're going to be left. By who? By the one they still deny. By the one they still, like he say, deny. They don't add Yah to nothing. Nothing they teaching, they preaching, no spirit and truth, no light. They ain't doing nothing but giving their own theory because they thinking that they hurting the country. And no one is hurt more than they are. Because the bigger hurt is when you still going to be left. You thought he left them in Egypt, back not in Egypt, in the promised land. He's going to leave your tail, not in the promised land, in the wilderness. He's going to leave your tail in there too. So keep on playing it. You ain't got nothing else to do but play it. Because I'm the servant that representing this day and time. That's why I said people don't even understand the trouble they in. I'm that servant he sent down here to represent this day and time. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Nothing you can say about it. You can't change it. Sister Deborah didn't pour it out, probably like 2,600 videos. And it's going to remain on here as long as you're on the devil platform. Whether you hear it or not, it's for somebody. Oh, yeah. And it's talking about to the one. It's for that one. But as we really believe that Yah can be excluded and we can still serve Hebrew Israelites, Hebrew Israelite movement, Hebrew Israelite cults, Hebrew Israelite religion, you're just serving another Yah. That's all they're doing. They serving another Yah. And thinking, because they think they have mastered the name. Oh, we know that we are the people. To know that you are the people is one of the greatest gifts. You know what makes it one of the greatest gifts? When you come to the knowledge of who you are. Because after coming to the knowledge of who you are, the first thing you must do is find within you plenty of room to repent. And in that repent, you come out turning from the way that is within you. You begin to turn from it. Not the ways in which they are leading you into, which is their religion, their denomination, their belief, their interpretation, their precepts, their lines, their little here, with no power, no Yah. He's excluded. He's not included into their conversation and into what they're teaching. They have excluded him and gone their way. And they can't handle being told that, because their itchy ears can only handle when you're telling their ears what their ears want to hear. That's why he said in their own eyes, Deborah, is clean. And if just imagine, if somebody in their own eyes is clean, that means you can't tell them nothing. You can't teach them nothing. You can't speak righteous, Deborah. You can't speak just. You can't speak what is holy. You can't speak nothing, because in their own eyes, they are clean. They don't even look at the fact to finish that one verse where it says, I'm going to measure their spirit, letting them know why you thinking you clean in your own flesh. Clean is determined by your spirit, baby, not by your flesh. Do you think they would precept that and break that down so the people can hear it? Nope. They won't come to nothing that's going to shine light on something. They will not come to nothing that would shine light on something. That's why you know they teaching you in the dark. I am so shocked, because I would have thought, I'm going to be honest with you, me, myself, that people would come to the knowledge of the light of spirit and truth. Even y'all been telling me that for a mighty long years, y'all. But it was a hope that truly they'll find some way. But what y'all is showing me, that's why I said a remnant, Deborah. And it's a small remnant. It's not a medium, Deborah. It's not a large. It's a small remnant. And they don't understand. If he left them in the wilderness, What makes you think he gonna take you today? What makes you think who this creator is have changed all over again just because you've been in captivity? Captivity for Israel should have, or Judah, for Judah especially, was to bring about a change in Judah, to really cause Judah to see Yah. How? Seeking him. Say, for instance, the doctor tell you you got 5-stage cancer. An atheist is dropping to his knees. You see? You want to know about Yah now, then. You tell me that it's not sick. You didn't want to know about him till you knew your day was out of here. That shows you. It ain't that people don't know he exists, don't know that he's capable. It's just that they don't want to call on him or trust in him or believe in him or see him in any way until their flesh is in trouble. And then they want to hoop and holler for him. They want to hoop and holler for him. Along with I noticed they also are doing, I can't and I cannot explain it, and it ain't even meant to really understand it. You see a lot of videos where it is said by the Hebrew Israelites, males and female males, America is being judged. And they always go into AI and use AI in such a way to make their platform look presentable. They've gotten to the point, you guys. Now, hear what I'm saying. That they don't even use their own self. Like you see me, they don't do that no more. They go straight to AI. Yes, search AI for what they want to deceive you with, which is a picture. That's what Judah has done. Women and men. And then I heard last week this man that deals with electronics and technology. He said this here, and y'all, I had to hang my head down and said, Father, I've spoken it too many times. But just to hear this man, and it was a European man, he says, if you keep or have been using AI for whatever reason, that's the worst thing you can do. He was saying people are using AI purposely and using it. And that's why I say to a lot of them, they turn around and tell you AI this, AI that, but yet they're using AI more than they telling you not to use it. That's a sad thing. Because when that man said that, I said, oh, Father, yeah, I've been saying that, Father. And I don't use AI, but I'm just saying. I'd sit back and try to figure out all these Hebrew Israelite men and women that have been on this devil platform for years. They use AI like that's the best thing that could ever happen to them. But then they'll turn around and give you a message. They using AI against us. The AI this and you using every picture you get. You posting it from AI. Then they'll turn around and tell you when I ask AI, they forget they just made videos telling you don't use it. But why are you asking AI? So this man was saying people who have used AI or people who have even used it a few times, they are addicted to it already. And I said, that is so true. Because I was trying to figure it out. I was like, everybody's using AI on their platform now. They don't come to talk to you one-on-one like a human being. You see, they got to use AI. But then they'll turn around and teach you about how evil AI is. But how is it you using AI? It's just so powerful in how people are actually lying. And then they talk about how Donald Trump is like, you are doing worse than he is. Darkness is in the midst. So when people talk about AI, I'm like saying, how are you talking about it but using it? America is being judged. Yah is judging America. America is being judged. Yah is judging America. And whites are going to be destroyed. God is judging white people. All this nonsense. But guess what? If the whites don't know they're being judged, that's on them. They are. But it's not a white and black thing, people. The judgment and the wrath of Yah is on the earth. And man still can't seem to. Wait a minute. Who's losing jobs? White people? When they close down them banks, they just gonna close it down for white people, right? When they taking these foreclosed homes or taking these homes, was it white and black? When COVID came, was it for just white or black? How many blacks died? None. No black died, only whites. See how I'm showing y'all how sick the mindset of a people have triggered and taught their own nation a different level of deception than even Satan has taught them. This world could never have taught a nation of people the way the nation of people themselves are teaching and have taught their own people. And today is doing it even greater without seeing no darkness amongst their own nation. None whatsoever do they see it. They don't see none. But they see Yah is judging America. You are America. You serve darkness of America. You teach darkness of America. You use everything America use for the platform of Satan. And you give them no spirit and truth. You give them no light. You can't give them the light. The light has to be within them. But you're saying that Yah is doing something to America like as if you're not America. You are. You've been here 400, probably 44 years. 404 years or longer. You're still in it. So what do you think America is? I'm sick of that because honestly, that's the last thing that he's going to destroy. The country itself. But the judgment of Yah is on all mankind on the earth. He did not exclude Judah. He did not exclude Israel. Why? If Judah is destroying Judah, why would y'all let you just sit around and destroy Judah and bring no judgment on you? You destroying your own women, killing them. Your mommy, your daddy. Women killing their children, men killing their children. But y'all is judging America. I'm trying to make that make sense. And if y'all ever wonder why Sister Deborah goes so hard on Judah, let me tell you one thing. Sit down. My purpose of being here on this earth is not for my children, not for my mother, not for my friend, not for my ex-husband, but for the purpose of the Father that has invested in me to deal with Judah. Speak truth regarding Judah. That's my purpose. What is yours? Or do you know? That's why when y'all hear me say I got a lane, I always bring that up saying, where is yours? It's to show you that I got a set, chosen purpose as a servant of Most High Yah. What are you supposed to serve at? If your tail go down to the post office and put in an application, does that mean you down at GMC? Do that mean you at Starbucks? Or you work for the FBI? No. You're filling out an applications where? To work where? At the post office. So that's where you're going to work. When heaven's got us wrote in and wrote out, those that he has called and chosen out of the called, we got a purpose. And just because you all ain't doing yours, you're going to stand down thinking I ain't going to do mine. I'm in it for the long haul. And my long haul is Judah. If I get down, you know why? Everything I'm saying, you guys, whether you hear me or you hear me not, whether you view my page or you view it not, y'all just got his T's crossed and his I's dotted. I had truth down there. It don't matter. Let me cut this one here. It don't matter if you hear me or not. 2,600 videos. You think I care? As long as I'm about what my Father has called me to be, a servant. And I serve among Judah. Can I serve anywhere? Yes, but me serving is among Judah. It's a higher level servant than every servant of Judah on this earth. Every Negro, black, melanated man on the earth cannot and will not override what heavens has assigned me to. Woo! You see what I'm saying? That's why I say I don't let people make me who they want to say I am, when I know I got a mission. So this is why I speak boldly when I say, get in your lane. I got a lane. Where is yours? My lane come from me knowing that I got a purpose. And it's invested in my spirit. You see? So if you going to fill out an application at the post office, you're going to what? Serve at the post office. You're going to labor at the post office. Get out of my way. I got a spirit from the kingdom. I got a position from the kingdom. What would be the sense for him to call me and choose me, ordain me, predestine me before the foundation of the world, to get down here and say no, like everybody else? Like everybody else. It don't make sense. You run up on somebody who know what they called, their purpose, their chosen position from the kingdom. I'm that one. So I am equipped to deal with Judah. I see 19 keys talking. 19 keys got a right mind of wanting to do right, but he's a long ways from home because he got this Muslim mentality. And it's about that dollar. Don't understand that too shall pass away. Then what? What do you have? When it all said and done and it's all gone, what do you have? They won't even talk about what they have. They won't even claim what they have because they don't have nothing. He got the 19 keys, got the right mindset of some things. But he's so in tune, along with Ben X, all of these Muslim men, they got this thing when they bring these men out of prison and bringing these men out of crime and bringing these men into a responsibility, learning about responsibility of family and all of those things. Woo. Let me get a drink. 1 minute. That was a good one. That was a good one. But 19 keys. He's a Muslim. He's an Islam and not Islam, Muslim. They the same. But and Ben X, good mindset. Good mindset. They can really help, but they hurt them at the same time. No help is out there for you when you don't have help in the area of getting to know the Father. No help is greater than that help alone. So while many people are out here trying to be all this and be about somebody on YouTube and likes and subscribers so they can make a living, guess what? That's the whole idea of it being here, because it's going to shut down on you. And I want to see how you're going to be living then. It's not going to be there for you. All because people have switched the way of the world to be their Yah, to be their God. And they are fully content. They don't hear nothing. They don't see nothing. They don't want nothing from the spiritual realm of who Yah is. That's why it's going down. Okay. So he said to me about don't. He was telling me about the let's say weed. This legal weed. People are taking this, smoking this legal weed, and it's destroying the brain cells. It's causing people to also have to deal with family members, loved ones. See, a lot of people thinking when they approve this weed, it's just going to go toward the weed lovers. When they approve this gun law, people were thinking it's just for those who enjoy guns or who, really invest in guns. It was to kill, steal, and destroy. A side that no one saw Satan evil building up for the people to have for a time as this. Had not all these guns been out here like it is, do you really believe these deaths? Will these men be able to kill all their children and their wives after married 30, 40 years, 10 years? This one lady went and got her ex-boyfriend out of prison. He was a boyfriend. She married him. And he and her, when she got him out of prison, he killed her. Women marrying men in prison and getting killed when they go visit him. You cannot work with people, y'all. These people are not who you think they are or who you feel that they are. You see? Hey, Jonah, give me a glass of hot water, please. Thank you, son. So, as I was doing this study, it talked about the weed that the people legally taking weed to mess up your brain. The smell that they have in it is also damaging to people who live around it and continue to inhale it without even smoking it. You see, but it's to mess with the brain cells, to destroy the brain cells in a way that you cannot function in a way that you would have normally been able to. Do you think people care? No. That's why they made it legal, to where there are people in jail for many, many years dying in jail because bags of weed. You see what I'm saying? But now they are legally. Why? Because the chemicals that they're making all over the things, babe, all over the world, thanks, is killing. It's a purpose for it. The guns, y'all thinking they giving it to protect yourself and the kid. They knew if they would, if you took off 10 years away from that gun law, all these deaths that you see that's causing people to freely shoot their own loved ones because the I'll tell you. Do you know guns carry a spirit? I want y'all to know that. It's a spirit. And that spirit tends to, it ain't that the gun carry the spirit. There are spirits that likes to hang around any and everybody that has guns to mess with your thought pattern, to influence you that you got everything in power. You covered. You good. Do you know how many since January 2025, how many husbands, especially in the European race, but how many husband has killed their whole family? Their whole family. Just imagine if it wasn't a gun in the house. So don't think that ain't no spirits behind that. The spirits knows that the gun has only one purpose: kill, to destroy. Destroy, to kill. You see? And that it's real. And it don't make, I don't care who you are, what you think you are. It's real. It is real. And that's how it works. So Satan, in the crew of this country, when they decided to have the gun law, they made sure they knew the purpose of it. We need them to take out each other. There are people killing each other on road rage because you went over before I did. And I got to tell you about that. Today when I went out, I said, I'm going to mention this to people on YouTube. This is something else. Today I went out and I said, I'm going to make sure I mention it to you because this is happening a lot, where they driving and they can't stand for you to turn on your signal and get over. They don't want you to get over. Now, with me, I'm a type of person, I like to do 2, maybe 3 length signal turn to inform the individual that I'm getting over. This day, y'all, I ain't talking about today. In this day and time, they don't even want you even getting over with a signal or without. So Sister Deborah is a true believer in putting your signal light on. In this day and time, it brings up, it does something to them. It does something to them that you're moving over in front of them. I've seen people who are coming into the highway and I'm coming off. They don't want you to come off before they go ahead. They want to be in the head of you so they can get over on the opposite lane in which you're coming on. I mean, you're getting off the highway. They coming on, but they don't want you to get off before they get on. Oh man, it's deep, y'all. My daughter told me this European white lady followed her way from Walmart because she parked in a spot. Oh, now she said, Mama, that lady, at least 15 miles, she followed me to pull up at my house and said, you took my parking spot. And she said it was an elderly white woman. See, y'all think this stuff is planned. People think, people be just on here trying to give you spirit and truth and the truth of the matter of what is out here. But people think it's planned. People think it's just a playtime. Oh, it's okay. It ain't nothing. It can happen to you like it can happen to anybody else. It can happen to me like it can happen to anybody. But I am a living witness to tell y'all this thing is bad out here. I'm a signal. I'm not going to jump in front of somebody out of nowhere. No, that's not how I drive. But my oldest son told me, he said, Mama, you can stop giving your signal. They don't even abide by that no more. And he's telling the truth. He told me that about 3 years ago. He's telling the truth. They don't even want you getting in front of them. Even if they 3-4 car lengths. If say for instance, I'm getting onto the highway and the car behind me is like 5 car length behind me and I'm getting on, guess what? They don't want you getting on. They will blow. And Sister Deborah is a really good driver. They will blow. I believe in floating with the traffic. I don't believe in getting over then slowing down. I believe if I'm going to get over, float with the traffic as soon as possible. And I'm like looking out my window, seeing this person way behind me blowing. Because they don't want you in front of them. It's a mental, sick, demonic, wicked, evil thing that's going on. And it's even amongst driving. You don't know who's smoking that mess. You don't know who a mindset that's taken over by all these different spirits that has been released from principalities. Now they own the earth. You know how bad it is. You know how they were talking about fallen angels, and Enoch talked about the fallen angels back in the days of Noah, and that the fallen angels, guess what, baby? Y'all want you to know these ain't no fallen angels. He released them on earth. Those ones that was called principality in high places, they're on the earth. This is why you see all this nonsense going on. Lot of people. Enoch, let me tell y'all, what's his name? Elon Musk. Elon Musk is not human. At least not the clone one. I can discern that a mile away. Now, the Elon Musk, that is his mother's child, he might exist somewhere. But there's an Elon Musk that's not. That's why he's constantly wanting y'all to see making robots and making this and making that. He's one of the number ones that's in the cloning business and been in it for a long time. And he has cloned himself. His self has been cloned. Just think, I sure like to know who gave him that ability to do that. I sure like to know. So I end up here. We talked about America they teaching on a lot of these black channels. Oh, America is being judged. The Most High is judging the white people. You sound so sick and stupid. All these things these Negroes are out here doing, and you don't see no judge. You don't see y'all in the clear, do you? Or what he's supposed to say? Oh yeah, y'all going to kill each other. I'm not gonna judge y'all, but I'm gonna judge them because they white. That's how sick Hebrew Israelites sound. For somebody who come from the kingdom to be on a butt. That's how sick it sounds to me. They don't make sense. Okay, let me go into my John, the Gospel of John, chapter 14. In the Gospel of John, chapter 14 and verse 2, I want to talk about something that's in the Gospel of John, chapter 14. What did I say? Verse 2. In the Gospel of John, chapter 14 and verse 2, it says, in my Father's house are many mansions. Okay, someone is saying, I like that though, y'all. I love that. I love that. I love that. They did it without knowing they did it, but that's still okay. Look at verse 2. It says, in my Father's house. So could the Son, Yeshua, be speaking here? In my Father's house are many mansions. If it was not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you. And first and foremost, I want to explain to you all. In verse 2, there's a power punch. And I'm just not seeing it. I didn't see it before. If somebody's talking here, can you determine who it is? Do you know who's talking here? And it's in the Gospel of John, chapter 14. Do you know who that is? Let's go up to verse chapter 14 in the Gospel of John, verse 1. Let not your heart be troubled. Ye believe in Yah, believe also in me. If you believe in Yah, believe also in me. Yah has a brand: righteous, belief, faith, and fear. Here it said, believe in Yah, believe in me. 99.15 billion wouldn't understand that, but we're going to see this in this verse. So something is letting you know that there is a Yah, and whoever me is, it's the same level as Yah. Woo, Deborah, didn't you go there? Did you go there? Yes, I did. The Gospel of John, chapter 14, verse 1. Let not your heart be troubled. Yea, believe in Yah. Believe also in me. Do you see not to believe? One is Yah and one is me. Somebody said something. Verse 2, it begins to say, in my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would not told you. I go to prepare a place for you. Verse 3, and if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself. That's so beautiful, y'all. And I know you ain't gonna get it, and I ain't gonna look for you to get it. Let's go back over 3. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there ye may be also. Now, do you see how I am have stepped in? Christ. Exactly. That's who's talking. Exactly. Very good. Very good. That's who that is. You see, Christ don't bother Yeshua. Why? Because Christ knows that he sent Yeshua on a mission. You remember he said, his name shall be Emmanuel, meaning Yah with him, with us. So he told you that in the beginning to let you know that it's going to be the Son of Man and it's going to be the Son of Yah that comes down with the Son of Man to help him complete the mission. But because people don't understand I am, that I am, they don't understand Christ, then they're, to me, they don't even understand the Son of Man. If you are not able to take the two, dissect them separately and bring them back, that's where the revelation is at, child. When you're able to pull them apart and bring them back together as one with all the power. And here you can hear it, and you hit it, Christ. That is exactly who that is, because he's saying, I am. There ye may also. Now listen to this. Verse 4. And whether I go, ye know. And the way ye know. He's telling them that whether I go, ye know. And the way ye know. Now don't forget, they didn't believe nothing Yeshua said. So how is it they know? Until the Ruach HaKodesh came the day of Pentecostal. It came as one to bring things back to their remembrance, what they were taught by the Son of Man. But here he said, and whether I go, ye know, and the way ye know. Verse 5, Thomas said unto him, Lord, we know not whither thou goest, and how can we know the way? Now, since you knew that was Christ, who Thomas think he talking to? Who do Thomas think that he's talking to? The questions again, who do Thomas say he's talking to? Listen to this here. Verse 5. Thomas said unto him, Lord, we know not whither thou goest, and how can we know the way? Who is Thomas talking to? No one knows? Okay, that's still good. The Gospel of John, chapter 14 and verse 5. Thomas said unto him, Lord, Lord, Lord. Right, Yeshua. You got it? He was talking to the Yeshua. Thomas talking to Yeshua. He ain't talking to Christ, even though Christ is the one speaking. But Thomas don't know that. Praise the mighty Yah. It reminds me of today. The power that's in the Hamashiach. That they still don't know who's who. Thomas, all you have to do is listen to Thomas. Thomas kind of tell it. Thomas said unto him, Lord, we know not whither thou goest. What are you talking about? We don't know. And how can we know the way? He's talking to Yeshua, the Son of Man. He don't understand that that's the Son of Yah speaking, which is Christ. He's talking to your Son of Man, Yeshua. So watch this here. Yeshua said unto him, watch this here. Yeshua said unto him, watch this. I am the way, the truth, and the life. You see that? Yeshua said unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh into the Father but by me. What is going on there? What is going on there? This is the problem that I think that 99.9 have. It's because they don't understand who Christ is. Christ is the word, the power, and the spirit of Yah. Okay? And what it's saying here, it says, Yeshua said unto him. They could have put Yeshua HaMashiach, but they themselves don't know. So they said, Yeshua said unto him. But it was Christ in him that says, I am. See how messed up that is? You can see how people could get confused. Because even when he said, I am, that right there lets you know that's Christ. Because Christ is the Father. Christ is the Spirit of Yah. It is Yah's power. And it is Yah's word. And the I am is telling Thomas, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Let me explain something to y'all. The Son of Man is Yeshua. Yeshua, yeah, exactly. What is happening is here is where I'd say unto you, people get lost because they don't get who I am is. You see, he's speaking. Yeshua said unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. We know who the life is. The life is the breath of who? Yah. Truth is who? Yah. And he says, watch this here. No man cometh to the Father but by me. Christ letting you know it ain't impossible for you to get to the Father without coming through him, Christ. That's why I say that the Christians are fully lost. The Roman Catholics, they was lost from the beginning of the foundation of the world. They Satan's right hand, the Roman Catholics. So they never had it. They could care less to get it. They don't want it. But the Christians and all these other denominations, this is what they battle, you guys. They battle the same thing, trying to understand what is this about the Son of Man and the Son of Yah. Is the Son of Man is the Son, and the Son of Man is the Son, which is Jesus Christ. He ain't the Father. See, that's something I have been having a problem with in the last 2 weeks, is trying to keep in my lane and stay in my lane and realize they're never going to come to the knowledge of it, because the ball was dropped at the beginning, is to understand that there's two entities working in the one. Okay? The Son of Man and the Son of Yah. Okay? That's why he knew when the Son of Man got on that cross, he began to feel what a man in the flesh should feel. That's the Son of Man. He said what? Father, Abba, Abba, why have thou forsaken me? Who he was asking? The Father. Why was he saying that? Because he now go to the cross as the flesh of a man. So now the Son of Man, which is Christ, now the Son of Yah, which is Christ, has to stand on the sideline and get prepared to go into the grave with him for the 3 days. None of y'all really gave it a thought. Nobody won't give it a thought. No one never will preach it and teach it, because the ball been dropped so long ago. Going to that grave was the mission of the Son of Man, Son of Yah. The Son of Man was dead, y'all. Like, if you die 3 days, that's it. What kept him from what is it? When they I can't even get the word out. When you die, your body start to go into, the smell and everything. What happened? What happened that his body didn't decay, or why didn't his body start to smell? Do anybody know? Decompose. Thank you. Decompose. 3 days. That's all it takes, y'all. 3 days. See if you can go even in a coma for 3 days and not be in danger. The Son of Man went into the grave for 3 days. Okay. You have to be able to understand, what was it trying to tell you for 3 days? Why is it he just didn't? They hung him. They saw him dead. They pronounced him dead, put him in the grave, let him get up the next day. What about 2 days? What was important about the 3 days? It's decompose steps in on that 3rd day. You see? So what happened? You won't hear a preacher, a priest, a pastor, a bishop, an apostle, a prophet, a prophetess, a Maureen, a seer, a watchman couldn't break that up. They couldn't beat this here, right here. The reason why 3 days, he was sending a message to us. Anybody die after 3 days, your body is decomposing. That's one thing. What was it saying to Sister Deborah? Deborah, keep an eye now. Keep an eye. The Son of Man went down. And he did not go down with Christ, the Son of Yah. He went down as the Son of Man, like you, Deborah, would go down as flesh. But what was the difference from Yeshua and then when I go down? There's 2 differences. When I go down in 3 days, I'm down. I'm stinking and everything else. What happened to Yeshua, the Son of Man, when he went down? What was it so important about the burial? What was so important? They could have went and he could have risen one day. He could have risen 2 days. What was important about the 3 days? The same identical thing about the two witnesses. They laid on the ground for what? 3 days. It's a sign Yah is showing us. He wants us to really understand what the 3 days represent. That a person that lays down in death that long, they gone. What happened to the two witnesses? They got up. Who do you think got them up? You think it was Yeshua? Who do you think raised those two witnesses up? It's the same one that raised Yeshua up from the dead. Christ. The power, the spirit, and the word of Yah raised him up. That's who Christ is. And it's a sad thing we didn't get to know him for who he really was, who he really is, and who he's really going to be in the days to come. So when you hear in the Gospel of John and you hear the I am speaking, that's Christ. He said, I'm going to go and prepare a place. And when I go, I'm going to receive you back unto myself. That's that beloved, that only begotten that Yah had created of himself. With power, with word, and with Yah's spirit. So this is actually taking place here in the Gospel of John chapter 14. He said, he's the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh to the Father but by me. Why? Why? Because he's the Father's right hand, y'all. What did he say? What did Yeshua say? No man cometh unless the Father draws him. You see? So a lot of people thinking this, they got the power to come to Yah. No, you don't. They got the power to come to Yeshua. No, you don't. Unless that right hand, which is his power, draw you, you ain't going nowhere. You see? So he says here that he is the way, the truth, and the life. You know, darn well Yeshua is not the life. Okay? No man cometh unto the Father but by me. That's letting you know you can't get to the Father no other way but by me. I'm his right hand. That's all he's saying. I'm his all power that will bring you to myself. The one that created everything in the beginning with that right hand. That's who's speaking. Okay. So he said in verse 7, if ye had known me, ye should have known my Father also. What was the problem? Same problem today. They don't know Christ. And that's what he's talking about. Watch what he said. He telling Thomas, if ye had known me, ye should have known my Father also. And from henceforth, ye know him and have seen him. What do he mean he have seen him? That is the power. Exactly. That's why I try to explain to y'all when he said the Ruach would come and the Ruach HaKodesh would come. And when the Ruach come in you, the first thing you're going to receive is what? The spirit of the Ruach and what? Power. You get what I'm saying? This is something nobody don't give a rat's behind and could care less, but they want to walk around and say they're full of the Ruach. Oh, I got my ticket. I'm in there already. But listen to what he says. If ye had known me, ye should have known my Father also. And from henceforth, ye know him and have seen him. What is it that he's talking about? You have seen his power. And I'm going to tell y'all, that's what is not seen on the earth. Yah's right hand power have not been seen on the earth, even though it's seen. You see, this is going back to show you how far away people are to any spirit and truth and light, because they believe that the key to Yah is where in their own eyes is right. Y'all sitting here telling you, no, it ain't. I measure the spirits. You better check with the spirit. That's why he told us any battle, don't think it's about the flesh and blood, because he don't rule nothing. It's about the spirits. That's where the real battle is at. Do they believe it? No. And that's why Satan having his way. Because they don't believe Satan's and principalities in high places and spirits of Yah all in the heavens, in high places, battling one another. Thousands of years. No one believe it because no one is teaching them to believe nothing but the lie, and people are content. So Philip said in verse 8, Philip said unto him, Lord, show us the Father, and if suffereth us, and it suffereth us. Listen to what he's saying. Look what Philip's saying. Lord, show us the Father, and it suffered us. He's trying to say that, wait a minute. Hold up. You are the Son of Yah. No, you are the Son of Man. We ain't seen the Father. Show us the Father. Thomas said, no, what do you mean? Talking about where the you go and how we can know the way. Hold up, you sure? You talking crazy. And that's how they was getting it. That's how they was taking it in. Philip said unto him, Lord, just like, look at here, just like Thomas said unto him in verse 5. Thomas said unto him, Lord, we know not. Philip said, Lord, show us the Father. Why? Yeshua had to come here to the earth and say not a word about the Father is Christ in him. He couldn't tell you that. It wasn't his mission. That's why it stunned him when he asked the disciple, who is I am? And Peter said, the Son of Yah. Because Yeshua knew he that Son of Man. And how did Peter know that I was the Son of Yah? Oh, heaven told you. Ain't no way in the world, because I didn't say a word. Heaven's told you. So what happens? And Yeshua said unto him, have I been so long time with you, and yet hast thou not known me, Philip? That has seen me, has seen the Father. And how saidst thou then, show us the Father? Verse 10, believeth thou not that I am in the Father? Watch this here. Watch this here. And the Father in me. Watch this here. Now, why is he sitting here telling you? He in the Father and the Father in him. Watch this here. The words that I speak unto you, I speak not of myself, but the Father. He's sitting there telling them, the words that I'm speaking is not mine, but the Father, Christ, that dwelled in me. He dwells in him. Watch this here. He doeth the works. See, he's letting the whole world know. He dwells in me, but he couldn't tell you who he was. Why? It was also detached to the mission that he died. And what was the number one thing that they killed him from? Y'all, the whole world wouldn't even know. I'm going to close right here. Oh, I got to go to verse 11. The number one thing that they killed Yeshua for was Christ. All because Christ was in him, y'all. That's what they was trying to kill. Yeshua was just born of a man. That had Christ detached to him. And because he was saying he was Christ, they were waiting for the Messiah. They was waiting for Christ. But they felt that he couldn't be Christ because he's born of a man. You see how Yah orchestrated that bad boy? He turned around and created his only begotten son. Only begotten son, which is himself. That's how he came into the Son of Man as the Son of Yah, Emmanuel, Yah with us. And here he's actually telling you that the Father that dwelleth in me, he doeth the works. He's letting you know it ain't me, y'all. It's Christ. Now watch this here, verse 11. Believeth me that I am the Father, and the Father in me. He's sitting here saying that the I am the Father in me. Or else believe it me for the work's sake. For the very work's sake. Meaning, take that power that you see and believe in it. Because if you believe anything, believe that power that does all these works, that's the Father. If you don't want to believe that the Father in me, believe in his power. Something that everybody today deny. People in full deny of the Father's power. Full deny of his power. And I sit back, I said, but Father, it's only mentioned denying the power. He said, but Deborah, the ball was dropped from the beginning. So they've been denying it since then. That's who was doing all that creation. When he said, and he was with him in the beginning of creation, they didn't know who that was. They didn't know that was the right hand of the Father, all power. And the only reason why he created the only begotten son, so he can take the power down with him. And Yah spirit, and Yah what? Word with the Son of Man. So the Son of Man can be able to teach that guy, show that power. All right. And be able to uphold going to Calvary. Couldn't have done it without Christ. And here today, that's why I say a lot of these Hebrews that's teaching, they have no idea who Christ is. They have no idea who the Son of Man is. They just make everything what they say, and that's it, and everybody run for it. So I Sister Deborah, tell Judah, you better watch yourself, because Judah ain't who you think he is. Okay. And I, Sister Deborah, I appreciate each and every last one of you tuning in, and I hope you got something out of it. And I say unto you, shalom and shalom.